Today, we're going to be interviewing Francis Marion from South Carolina. Tell me, Mr. Marion, how did your legs get injured?
Well, that's a good question. One day, I was at a party, and the party went on forever. And so, I jumped out a window and hurt my ankle. But luckily, it kept me from getting captured by the British forces when they took the town.
Wow, that is a very interesting story. So, what do you think would have happened if you didn't fight in the Revolutionary War?
Well, I know that I helped the South out a lot during the Revolutionary War. I know a lot of people think about the North more, but I was mainly in the South, being from South Carolina and all.
Right.
But I think if I hadn't fought in the Revolutionary War, then my guerrilla warfare style wouldn't have been nearly as popular later on. Some like to call me the father of guerrilla warfare.
Wow, that is so cool. Let's see. And could you tell me how exactly you were different than all the others who fought in the Revolutionary War?
Absolutely. So, my fighting style is a lot different than most other generals and such. I like to do surprise attacks called guerrilla warfare on the British rather than coming at them straight on. So, I would attack them when they least expected it with my small band of army.
That is very stealth-like. I'm sure you're proud of that.
I am.
Do you think you would be successful in a war that happened in today's age?
I believe so. I think because I had that stealthy guerrilla warfare type fighting that was so unusual back then, but it's more prominent now, that I would be quite successful today.
Very nice. And lastly, do you mind telling me why exactly you and your brother traveled to the Indies?
Absolutely. Well, when I was young, about 15 years old, my brother and I were hired to be crewmen on a ship going towards the West Indies. And so we were just working on the ship, but then it was sunk in the middle of the ocean, and we were on a lifeboat for 7 days until we hit land. I never sailed again.
Wow, I don't blame you. Well, Mr. Francis Marion, thank you so much for being on our show today. You travel safe and don't take no ships.
Thank you, ma'am.